We had lost the first week of the White House to an issue where most of the country looked up and said, what are these people doing? They got elected to fix the economy, and nobody heard a thing about the economy.
I believe that this can make economic policy in a much more effective
In those
way,
first
more
few
specifically
chaotic
and
weeks,
effective way.
Clinton had spent much of his time in the midst of a squabble about the priorities for his very first budget. The liberals wanted the president to honor his campaign promises, including a middle-class tax cut.
So I had this, I think now, naive notion that you would just then get out your campaign book and start on page 1 and leaf through and enact everything until you got to page 228.
But the fiscal conservatives, such as economic advisor Robert Rubin, now well aware of just how bad the deficit was, fought the liberals tooth and nail.
The president's view was that the circumstances were substantially worse than he or any of us thought they were, and that even though it was a very tough path to take politically, that if he didn't do the tough thing politically, which is deal with the deficit, then the thing that he was elected to do, which is to get the economy back on track, wouldn't happen. And the only way he could get the other things he wanted to do done would be get the economy back on track.
That debate effectively ended in this meeting on January 28th. Alan Greenspan, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, implicitly warned Clinton of serious economic consequences if he dragged his heels on the deficit. It didn't take long for the president to concede he would have to break many of his campaign promises.
I had hoped to invest in your future by creating jobs, expanding education, reforming health care, and reducing the debt without asking more of you. And I've worked harder than I've ever worked in my life to meet that goal. But I can't, because the deficit has increased so much.